What up, boys and girls? DC here, and, well, in the words of Vince McMahon, that's gotta be Kane, that's gotta be Kane. We're about to collect our reward from... Codebreaker. You know what, look, I'm going to give my honest opinion on Codebreaker before I do it. I really enjoyed... I freaking hated it at first. I hated Codebreaker at first. But I really grew to like it, and I actually really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. However, you've got to get rid of the you got to get rid of the bloody the leaderboard, the ranking system. Make it just like Giants Unleashed, War Games, where you do it for points to unlock the card. Having to play non-stop for 4 days is an absolute joke. It's too much. Or 3-4 days, whatever it was. It's too much. I would literally go to bed. Like I went to bed the first night in 2000 something or other, and I dropped down to about 7,000, 8,000. Did it again. Went to sleep. Dropped down to 9,000. I woke up on the last day pretty much, and was back to 9,000. I literally had to grind all day and all night. I didn't sleep. Like, literally, the event finished... I'm in Australia, so the event finished at 6 a.m. or something in the morning. I literally was up all night grinding. I finally got into... I was in the 2,000 mark, and I just was so afraid that if I went to sleep, I'd drop back down to 9,000, 10,000, and the card would be useless. It's probably going to be useless anyway, unless you get in the top, 500 or something like that. You're not getting in there unless you're using bots or you've got people playing your game while you sleep. And that happens. There are people who play their game during their time zone, and when they want to go to bed, somebody in another time zone that they're either paying or friends with will get on their account and play it for them, so they get round-the-clock results. Unless you're cheating, you're not getting in the top 500. Unless you've got no life, you're not getting in the top 1,000. It's my God, it's a nightmare. But I'd get rid of that. If you made it just for points, where you click points and unlock the card, that would be great. If you want to keep the ranking system, seriously, things like LMS need to be my perfect world, 1 day. 24 hours to just grind your ass off. And that's it. Look, realistically, 2 days would be alright. You could basically grind for a full night and day and not sleep, but having to do it 4 days straight, you can't go no sleep 4 days. That's just ridiculous. So I would actually, preferably 1 day, but 2 days would be good. You could sleep 1 day, then stay up all night grinding the next day. But 3 days is a nightmare. You can't do it. So overall, take all the shit away. Overall, I like the gameplay. I really like the gameplay. I enjoyed the event, but it was too long and it was too much of a grind to stay in that 10,000. Getting up wasn't the problem. Like, I've had people bitch and say, oh, it was so hard, you couldn't rank up. I was able to go, like I said, the last day, the last 16, 17, 18 hours or whatever it was, I woke up, and I think it was 14 hours ago or something. I was literally at the 10,000 mark, and I was able to seriously get back up to the 2,000 mark. So it wasn't that hard to level up. Staying there was the issue. It was ridiculous. Like, I would literally take a break to go and get a drink, come back, and I dropped a couple 100 points. It was ridiculous. That was the hard part. Other than that, I enjoyed the event. If it was for points and rewards rather than the rankings, that would be so much better. But overall, I did enjoy the event. I'd probably play it again, but I think it's an event that you need to be given. You don't want to be rushing. You don't want to have 2 and 3 of these. You literally need a good break between Codebreakers. I mean, a good month and a half, because it is a grind. But a few tweaks, I liked it. The rewards were fantastic. I'm worried about the rewards being nerfed. It's not nerfed. What am I saying? Nuked. I'm worried that they're going to nuke the rewards and go back like they did with LMS. If you remember the first LMS, the rewards were fantastic. Then they went, they dropped from 30 to 10,000 for the cutoff. Then they destroyed the rewards. They literally, I got a shitload of rewards the first LMS. Like I didn't get the card because I didn't really go for it. I'm regretting it now, but I finished like 31,000 or something in that area. And I got a heap of rewards, and I actually got a few tiers out of it. At the time, tier cards. I can't remember what the tier card was at the time, off the top of my head, but I got a bunch of tier cards out of it. So it was actually decent rewards, but then they completely nuked them, and it went shit after that. But overall, not a bad event. Like the event. Needs to be tweaked a little bit. Again, I'd love it to be only a 24-hour event, but it's not going to happen. I'd love it if they changed the points, like I said. I'd love it if they went from ranking to points, but again, that's not going to happen. Overall, though, I did like the event. I enjoyed the gameplay. Once you worked out the system, it was actually pretty decent to play. I uploaded a video about that, but if you go back and look, there's a tip video where I just told you the gameplay, or the method that I used, and that allowed me to fly through it, but again, staying there's the big problem. You've got to stay up pretty much. You've got to have at least one night where you do not sleep. You're basically, you've got to get in the top 10,000 and try and stay there as long as you can. And on the last night, you need to just full on, no sleep, grind to stay in there. Like I said, that's what I did. The first 3 nights, I went to bed, slept 5 hours, got back up, grinded myself back into the top 10,000. Slept for 5 hours, got back up, grinded, and then on the last day I did not sleep at all and just grinded my ass off. Also, using some boosts. I had to use a couple of boosts, obviously. So, look, I'm not going to say it's pay to play, but it's potentially pay to play. But I enjoyed it. A few tweaks would help. But anyway, you don't care about that. Let's get to the card. Let's get this reward. I've got a ladder reward here. I'm not going to collect it because I want to keep it for the new tier. But let's get this Kane card. Here we go, boys and girls. Kane is here. I finished 2,798. Which, yeah, I'm happy with that. But let's get him. Boom. I'm really happy. I'm really happy. And the reason why I went hard for this on the last day to stay there was because I've never gotten a card like this. I've never even come close to LMS. Except for the first LMS. I could have got that, but I didn't because I just wasn't into playing it that much. But this is the closest I've ever gotten to any card. Like LMS was just a nightmare. I don't even come close to LMS. I aim for the 20,000 mark, and that's about where I get. It's too much work. So I'm stoked that I got this. I'm really excited that I got this. It's not that great a card. Yes, I admit that it's not that great, but it's just the accomplishment of actually getting one. So anyway, guys, we're going to lock that for Christ's sakes. I'm glad you can't dust it. I actually may take a screenshot of that just as a keepsake. Nope, that's the volume, you dickhead. There we go. So yeah, let's just level him up. One thing I'm disappointed in, you didn't get any packs or anything. I thought because you get in the top 10,000, you should get at least another reward to go with it. I mean, the card is the reward, I know that, but still. Let's go. Okay, let's just use all these. I may keep the Becky Lynch. Yes. I'll try that for now. That should be enough. There we go. And that's not bad. Jesus Christ. That is way better than I thought. That's actually, Jesus, that's, my God. That's well and truly, I didn't expect it to be that big. I thought it'd be around about the 6,000 mark. Whew. Lord, I'd hate to see what number 1 is. Anyway, guys, we're gonna wrap it up there. Actually, let's just see where that goes on my top deck. My top 8. Oh yeah, well and truly. My God. Like, man. That's Jesus Christ. Anyway, guys, until next time, take care of yourself and each other.